Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. It's Monday, which means we're reviewing another creation from the Steam Workshop. With me today, I have the CNL Battleship Class Mark II. This is vanilla, and it's made by my good friend Dr. Kraz. If you've watched any of my series recently, you've probably seen Kraz in it. He's kind of with me most places these days, but he's designed a battleship now, and we're going to take a look at it. It's quite cool. We faced off in a battle video the other day, and it decimated my own ship, which is embarrassing to say, but you can go watch that video. It'll be linked up below, and it will link everywhere on the page as well. Just go watch that video. It was quite fun. We also use this battleship in survival as well, making sure it is survival ready. You can use it as survival. We built it from scratch on the survival PvP server. You can also go and watch that highlight video. It was uploaded on Sunday. Go watch it, because it's quite funny seeing this ship operate in survival mode. But anyway, let's get into a review and see what hidden features this awesome ship has. Starting off, Kraz lists the Battleship Class Mark II as it's here to rip your enemy apart. The latest in the crazy North Logistics Armada. That sounds quite fun, really, isn't it? Crazy North Logistics. But this ship is a mix of really good design detail. Just looking at Kraz has done an amazing job on it, particularly how the armour entwines and slopes like this. These are a lot of block methods I wouldn't typically use in my ships, because I prefer a sleek, sort of straightforward design. So of these corner angles as they go into these slope blocks here, it's not unique, but it's very different to have these. Like I say, personally, as myself and some other creators on the Steam Workshop prefer having every block to a straight angle. I'd normally use a corner block here or another slope block to angle that out and make it look a bit better. But still, it's quite good, and I really like it. He's done something quite different with that, which is enjoyable. Same over here as well. You have sort of sharp corner block here to slope into it. But it's a shame we don't have any slope blocks to create that. Something that's definitely lacking with spaces, which could be fixed later on down the road. Now, the weapon systems on the ship are quite impressive. Out front here, we do have a couple of rocket launchers. I believe there are 2 on each side. 2 there and 2 there. That seems like everything. Now, the main weapon of this starship, or battleship, is this MAC cannon, which is loaded up here. Sorry, MAC gun technically, because MAC cannon, yeah. It's a MAC gun up front here, which fires blocks or blocks of heavy armor straight into any battleship, or any ship you're going to face off with. I'll demonstrate this later, but the damage this gun does is immense. We tested it in a battle the other day, and it can rip ships apart. It's really cool. So I'll be showing you guys this one later, how it works, as well as a few other hidden systems on the ship as well, including its self-heal system, which is quite cool. First, let's get more into the design of it and just see how things are generally fitting out. So starting off with it, we definitely have a very unique design, almost in the shape and feel of a ship. Now, it does give me an Expanse feel. Kraz was heavily inspired by the Expanse. Also, it's very similar to a Fractured Space USR Colossus starship, which is quite cool when you sort of look at it from different angles and directions, which is nice to say in some distances, because those ships are pretty cool. But looking at where the design is implemented, we've got armor plating sticking out from here. Utilizing these slopes where the armor sticks out is really cool. Now, the majority of the ship is heavy armor as well, so it can take quite a few hits. As we saw in the battle video the other day, rockets will actually just deflect off this at some point. The armor will absorb most of the damage, meaning you can go on for quite a while. The ship is extremely durable. Along with that, we also have decoy blocks deployed all over the armor plating as well, meaning several sections will get hit and targeted before the main critical section. The MAC cannon is obviously a critical thing you're going to take out first in a design, but you can't really hide those things in a design very well. Still, it is rather encased. I probably would recommend the armor is moved in further, but also you're going to sort of damage for how many or for space you can fire at, really, because if you move the armor in closer, you run the risk of firing on yourself and causing a lot of damage, so you kind of have to keep the cannon wide open, which does make sense. Well, we've also got a mix of ion and hydrogen fuel as well, and very nice to have that. Also, we've got merge blocks and connectors scattered all over the ship. Other weapon systems, we have a lot of turrets. We have a mix of missile turrets and Gatling turrets. Obviously, this is a vanilla starship. There are some interior turrets on board. They are hidden inside. And there's also some out the back here towards the engine bay. This is sort of like minimalistic defense, probably against fighters, to defend against the engines getting targeted. So if anything gets in a blind spot, which is definitely here, these turrets will open up and fire you immediately, which is a really good design, and props to Kraz for doing that. On the back here, we do have hydrogen and ions. Primarily, the ship will use ion engines and use hydrogen as a bit of a boost. A great sort of plan that is, because you don't want to use up your hydrogen fuel all the time when you can just use hydrogen. So if you want to get out of a quick situation, you flick on the hydrogen boost and away you go. Makes quite a lot more sense, personally. We've got lights scattered all across the ship as well. Lots of indication lights. They do really help out. So yeah, it's a really enjoyable starship. I definitely like the mix of armor plating, particularly here, and I cannot rave enough about this. It looks really cool. Definitely have the armor slopes go up like this. I enjoy it. Now, we do have a bridge hidden over here as well. Now, I'm pretty sure we also have a CIC hidden on board, but we'll be checking out the interior in just a moment. Kraz also makes use of a stair blocks over here, sloping into the armor, to add a bit of extra design detail. I really like the use of this, else it would just be another boring armor slant, and kind of wouldn't have much design to it. Instead of just making an armor slab as well, we do have bits where the armor peels off here, and it's almost like a Battlestar design where the armor plating's been removed in a way. I really like that design. It does look pretty cool. I mean, look like it just slopes back in, like that. We've also got ion engines hidden up here as well. Just little design things that really bring out the depth and feel of a starship. It's definitely something you see in a lot more workshop creations these days. Also have a hangar underneath as well, with a couple of indication lights for landing. Very nice to see that there. And also this here, I really like this section. You can see how the welders keep the turrets alive here, but also we've got blast door blocks to protect those systems behind there. Really nice. And this heavy armor here as well, this section rarely gets destroyed, as seen in the couple of battles we did. It can hold quite well. Now so far the only way I've found to take down the ship properly is when I rammed my own ship into it and caused maximum damage to the engine section. Still then, the ship was able to continue on minimal power, and I think Kraz jumped out at one point, which is quite surprising. But let's take a look inside and see what we can do. So starting over here, we're going to jump into the airlock. There we go. Obviously this is the merge block here, so you can dock to things. And we've shown it being docked before. It's quite cool to have this linked up. Then we've got our airlock systems here. If oxygen was on in this world I'm currently on, we'd obviously be able to pressurize and move in. There we go. We're brought into the central room here with a projector. Now, I don't know if the projector was just randomly placed here, or Kraz just forgot about it, because it does seem a bit of an odd position to place here. But this helps with self-repair system, and it's quite cool, but I'd love to see this more hidden at some point. I have a feeling it may have just been a random mistake, which is okay. Now, we're going to check out the front half of the ship first. Let's go down here. Ta-da! Now, this should be the hangar bay down here. There we go. Hangar bay. The doors seem a bit weird today. Here we go. So this is the hangar bay. Now, I don't know what fighters you could actually launch from this section, but it does seem pretty cool nevertheless. I do like the design of it. I think we can open the hangar bay. No, we can't open it. We have to open it from this side. I was almost right. There you go. Hangar bay doors are opening. Now, if you can imagine oxygen's on, you just get like sucked out at this point in time. Now, fun fact. Using the mass drive-ups up there, or the Mac gun, we could basically launch fighters at a super hyper speed out of this, is one way to look at it. And I think that could be quite cool. If your mass blocks are positioned correctly, it could be very interesting. I don't know. It's like kind of like a Battlestar Galactica Viper launch tube, really, isn't it? I suppose so. Now, if we go all the way up here, we can enter into a cryo room. Very nice. So you've got tons of cryopods for your crew. Now, Kraz doesn't list anything about how many crew would be available on the ship. No lore sort of friendly stuff. But you can see there probably could be quite a few. So how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 12 basically on board. Fair enough. So we've got 12 crew members over here. And obviously that could just be for skeleton crew as well, which makes sense. Up here, this is our main bridge. Very nice to see it. We also have blast doors up here. Look at this. We can see all these. I don't know why, but I can't line up my reticle today. Space engineers? No? Okay. Fair enough. We'll just do this. I wonder if we can seal it. There you go. So blast doors are closing. So we can actually protect the bridge by using these. So the glass, even if the glass gets shot out, you can just raise these hangar doors to protect it. An awesome design feature I still think more ships should implement in Space Engineers, especially if you're making your survival ready. We also have programmable blocks here to run damage scripts as well. You can see from the scripts here what sections on the ship are actually damaged. We're blinking blue at the minute. What the hell's that? Oh, we've got a SPAT military escort jumping in. Do you reckon we can go give it a test? I really want to go try. I wonder if it will stay in the system for long enough. Right, bring us back. Our hydrogen is on. I'll be back with you in a minute. We're going to go see if we can pick a fight with this. In range. Fire. I missed every single shot. That should hit. Target. We got a hit. Copy. Scratch 2. This engagement range must only be set... Uh-oh, those turrets look like they're turning to us. Come on, you'll be able to fire this round. Oh, there we go. Launch. Or not. It's getting away. Let's see if we can stop it. I'm just picking a fight with this poor ship right now. We caused enough damage. You can see the fire of this battleship. I'm surprised our turrets aren't entertaining anything. Turrets. Oh, we've actually blown it off course massively. Oh, wow. We've actually picked a fight with a poor little defensive battleship. Well, not a battleship, it's a hostiles detected. I think it was a light escort or something. And we've blown it out of the sky. But let's leave it alone anyway. It's not going to come back and attack us. I'll continue with the tour inside for a minute. There we go. Okay, so if we go down here, we can see different things inside the ship. Obviously, that was a bridge and everything up there. I believe if I go down to this section... I need to get down without being sucked around. There we go. We can go back towards the engine room. Now, it gets loud down here. Obviously, open this door... Walk all the way through here, and if you've got another central control place in here, I think Kraz was aiming for this to be like a secondary CIC area, because I know he's had a cockpit in here at some point, but it'd be good to see that. Then also you've got the engine room up here. It gets very loud in here sometimes. We've got tons of jump drives lined up here. I think this battleship has 6 jump drives in total, and a lot of hydrogen tanks, so there's a lot of fuel on board this ship, which is quite good. It means it has a lot of stuff on board. Did that ship jump out? I think it did. But yeah, that is the CNL battleship. It's got quite a few heavy features on board, which is nice to see. It is still kind of drifting off at the minute. I love that ship actually ran away. We beat up an AI and it ran away. But damn, this ship is looking amazing. Well done to Cryo for building it. Quite a cool few features on it. You saw me use the self-weld system a minute ago. Basically, how that is explained is I can press number 3 on the keypad. And look at that. If I delete a block, bang, it welds it back. The projector on board is actually currently projecting a build of it. I don't know if I can do this as well. There you go. So it repairs certain armor sections as well. I can't actually physically remove any faster in creative. I wonder if I can do this all at the same time. Ready? Oh, I don't know if I can do it or not. I can't actually get rid of a block. Right, let's try it. And go. It repairs all those turrets instantly. That is the beauty of the self-weld system. Critical features like the hydrogen tanks, the weapons, the MAC cannon, all the missile turrets will get welded up to ensure the ship can continue battling. It also welds up the armor placing around it, meaning the ship essentially stays together, which is a really good feature. While on the Cryo for building this, I'm really amazed by this. Some other key facts for you guys: it cannot load on planet, or cannot land on planets, basically. Hangar Bay fits 6 CNL Mark IV fighters. I've not seen those yet, so Cryo's probably still working on them. Self-heal mode is SHM. Self-diagnostic system. 60% heavy armor encompasses the hull, so that kind of gives you a stat there, as what I said earlier. This ship is very deadly. If you'd like to see it in action, don't forget I did link a few videos down below as well, such as our battle, and then our survival battle as well. That was an even better one to watch. But guys, this has been an amazing ship to review. I've been Captain Jack. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you very soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.